Our phones. People keep saying that we're addicted to our phones. You're an addict. Oh, I guess I'm one of those people. I still stand by that argument, but I definitely think that there's a way to culminate a better relationship with technology, and especially with our phones. Seriously, when I adopted minimalism as a way of living, I almost forgot to declutter, to minimalize my phone. And then when I finally did do it, I kind of went overboard. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you just some tips and tricks on how to declutter and minimalize your phone. And also I'm gonna show you my minimalist phone setup. This is my phone. This is the iPhone 6, which was released in 2016. I have a unicorn beetle case because it protects my phone and it's not too clunky. I've had 2 auto boxes in the past and they're just too dang much. Too clunky, just too massive, and they both broke on me, or should I say I broke them. Either way they broke, so that kind of tells you something. Let's quickly dive into my phone. Just to see, I have a pretty simple wallpaper or screensaver. I like things as simple as possible. Now, you can call me self-centered, you can call me cocky, you can call me whatever you like. I like to have myself as my wallpaper so that you know it's my phone. So if you try to steal it, you know that I'm watching you. And it gives myself like a little pat on the back for my self-portraits. So yeah, and some people like things a little bit more simple, a little bit more plain, a little bit more boring. Go ahead, whatever floats your boat, as I like to say. Turn on your notifications. I said this in a previous video, but all you have to do is just go into your settings and really just turn on all the notifications that you actually do need. So for me, like I said before, my talk and text, they're turned on, but for everything else, they're turned off because I don't want a lot of distractions. And even with my notifications being turned on, with our talk and text, my texts are put on silent because I don't want it to break CST. CST is continuous stream of activity. If I'm talking to someone face to face, working on a video, learning a skill, I don't want a lot of pauses. I don't want a lot of distractions. And for text, there's a lot of distraction and pauses. I have to reply to them, then pause, wait for them to reply, and then while I'm doing something else, then they text me back, then I pause. I really don't want that start and stop like I'm in traffic. Like when you're in traffic, you brake, you accelerate, you brake, you accelerate, you brake, you accelerate, and etc., etc., etc. I just don't want all of that. Delete unnecessary apps. You need to separate your wants, your sometimes, your kind ofs from your actual reality of needs. The purpose of my phone is logistics, education, productivity. So like for talk and text, those help me with communication with my loved ones. I don't have Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, games, etc. in my life and on my phone especially. I have all these apps on my phone right now for the purpose of this video. This will cause my anxiety to go skyrocket. I can't have all these apps just sitting on my phone. This is just too much clutter for me and too much unnecessary clutter, by the way. So you need to find out what you actually utilize. Delete widgets, distracting, simple. Your phone shouldn't be this fun toy. Remove that notion, that goal. It's just a phone. Separate and organize your apps. This is where my OCD is awakened. This is really about being efficient, getting to the app you want without any side distractions. So we're about to get personal. I don't like clutter physically and digitally. So I put my related apps together and I take it up a notch. I put them in alphabetical order. You don't have to do this. Just create a system that works for you, and for a majority of the time, just follow it. We never strive for perfection because that's just not real. So I'm done with the tips. So let's just quickly go over my phone. All right, so let's go to my phone here. All right, so my phone is pretty basic and I like that. Everything fits on one page. That's it. Nothing else, nothing extra. So let's just go in my communication section, which is pretty basic. FaceTime, message, WhatsApp. But WhatsApp is on my phone because I have family abroad, but I don't have the notifications turned on because that would just be a little too distracting. So it's there. Then education is, as it says, education. So Kindle, Audible, Pimsleur because I'm working on learning a language right now. Google Translate because when I'm working on that language, I don't know specific words sometimes. And so Google Translate, definitely helpful. So that stays on my phone. I'm trying to read more, I'm reading more. And so I have actual physical books that I go and check out at the library. So I read those, but sometimes they're not like accessible to me. I can't read and drive, so I use Audible, and then I have books on my actual Kindle app. So I just kind of go through those 3: physical library books, Audible, Kindle, and books that I kind of already have on my phone. I'm a nurse. I feel like I say this all the time. So I have like a nursing central nursing resource. And that's that. Extras, whatever. So then I have my health folder, and I have health stuff. So my activities, because I have an iWatch right there. So I do try and, I guess, be active and stuff. And then let me just quickly have a side note or side comment. So I said delete your apps that you don't use all the time. So this Flow app, I don't use it all the time, but I use it to justify it. I use it enough for myself to justify it, because I used to not pay attention to my period, but once again, we get into really like, I guess, TMI, whatever. But for me, I use it once a month just to make sure that I know when my period is supposed to come. And so yeah, I keep it. I don't use it all the time, but I use it enough to justify for having it. Lifestyle, boring, whatever. And productivity is probably where I spend most of my time. I use the Microsoft Suite. I really love it. For the Excel, I use this to really budget. When I was paying off my student loans, this came in so handy. So I'm not going to show you my budget, but I use that. I use it with my desktop more so, but when I'm not in front of my desktop, when I need to add something to my budget, my spreadsheet, that's how I do that. Word, this is where I have my video ideas, scripts and stuff like that, maybe making like a small little to-do. Love it. I used to have the Notes app, but it just sucks, to be honest. Google, oh my God, Google Calendar. Love it. The Apple Calendar crap, whatever. I don't like it. I just don't. I love Google Calendar. There's a lot more options. There's a lot more color. There's just more. So I use that. To do, love it. It's super simple. Probably like overly simple, but it works for me. It's just like a to-do list. And if you don't do something on a specific day, it translates over, or it moves it over by itself. And that's pretty nice. All you have to do is, when you're done with that, or if not done. So I have to cook today, so I'm going to do that. And that's pretty much it. So majority of the time I'm spending on this productivity folder. Everything else is kind of whatever. Photo and video, that's pretty much it. This stuff, I probably need to use the weather app more often, because sometimes like I wake up, hang out in the house, try to go to work, and then, oh, it's like a blizzard. So sorry. That's pretty much it. Nothing there. Finances, I probably should delete. Let me just delete this, because I really don't use this enough. I want to delete that app, but I can't. So, and that's my minimalist phone setup. And just to clarify, the point of having a minimalist phone or a minimalist anything is really to address your wants and your needs. You might sometimes, periodically, when the moon is blue, use that app, but in reality, you don't need it, and it doesn't bring anything to your life. And to me, minimalism is about continuous self-reflection. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and I launched a Patreon page. So if you enjoy my work here on YouTube, then I would really appreciate you if you can support my work on Patreon. I'm gonna be releasing exclusive content on my Patreon that I do not release anywhere else. So thank you so much for watching, for interacting with my content, and I'll see you in the next video.